All right, well, I don't have any orders to ship today. I had 2 orders yesterday. I shipped them both out yesterday with my orders from the previous day. So I've got some clothes I'm going to take photos of this morning. I've got a pile of clothes sitting right over here. I've got my board, lighting, everything set up. I've only got about 45 minutes this morning. It's about 7 o'clock right now before I have to go run some errands. So this is the perfect time. There's no traffic here in the storage hallway to get this done. I've got a little table, or a bin, it's not a table, a little plastic bin down here. I've got my lint roller, I've got an old letter opener I use to point at imperfections in items, scissors, poly bags, SKU numbers, coffee, which is very important. Yeah, and I've got everything set up here. So I'm just gonna see how many items I can do in the next 45 minutes, and we'll get to it. I'll probably talk a little bit while I'm doing this, and just to kind of talk about what I'm doing. I don't know if that's that interesting, or that, I don't know, there needs to be a lot of description, but we'll see. If you have any comments or questions, do leave those down below and I'll make sure to get back to you. But if this is your first time here, my name is Brian. I'm a reseller. I sell on eBay, I sell in the everything category. Today I just happen to be taking pictures of clothes. I also make YouTube videos, so hope you enjoy this one. If not, I'm sorry. But yeah, let's get right into it. I take all my pictures with my phone. I've just got a Samsung Galaxy 22 Plus, I think. I don't know. It's like 3 or 4 years old. Yeah, about 4 years old now. All right. So I'm going to get some pictures. First thing, you want to make sure you have your camera set on square mode, 1:1 if you're taking pictures for eBay. That's the format they want. Anything else is going to cut off the sides or the top or bottom. Right. This is what you call the hero shot. This is your front page shot right here. This is what people are going to see whenever they're scrolling or searching for your items. I'd be interested to know, with everybody watching, you know, how do you take your pictures? What do you do different than what I do? These pesky tags, I don't like having fingers in the pictures as much as possible, so I use a pointer to hold down tags. I have my lights plugged into electric, running on a sensor in my storage unit, so that makes sense that it would go off right whenever I start. I think it's on like a 15-minute delay. So if I'm not in there moving around in the sensor, then about 15 minutes, it goes off. And I'm not really fast at this just yet. I'm trying to get back into it, and I probably could use, honestly, a better setup because I'm having to reach a lot and it's cumbersome because of my small space. But it's what I have for now, so I'm just making it work. Do a picture of the waist, do a picture of the length, and a picture of kind of the overall short. It's interesting, the colors are different on the back than on the front, and I'm thinking it's probably because they're more faded on the front, or they just, well, I don't know. No, I think they're just different colors. I think they are more faded. There's no orange at all on the back. It's all red, white, and blue. And here it's like orange. No, I don't know. This is red down here. It's not as red. I honestly don't know. But I don't need to because I took pictures with good lighting on everything. So they're going to know exactly what they're getting. Not that that doesn't stop people from getting upset sometimes. So this is the part where I would love to have a whole separate space to do photography, so I could have a table to have everything laid out on, versus kind of working in a little ad hoc system here with my makeshift table. Away. If I can. That's better. For sure. Light is like washing out this dark green. I had the same problem with the I'm gonna photograph these in a different background or different lighting or something. The light, I had these cool KUHL pants and I haven't listed them yet because the pictures made them look gray and they're real like dark forest green and just doesn't convey the color properly. These I didn't show in a video at all. These are the brand Faherty, F-A-H-E-R-T-Y. It's a nice, it's a higher end store. You can find in malls, but they make nice clothing, very durable, good quality, has good resale value. Okay. organic cotton, the modal, M-O-D-A-L, which is synthetic fiber, and linen blend. That's nice. My Goodwills around here all sell shorts for $5.29 plus tax, so they come out to about they're $5.73 or something. I figured out with tax. So really, I need to be selling a pair of shorts for 20 to 25 bucks to make some money on them. You got all the fees and everything. Well, at this rate, I feel like I'm not going to get very many listed, but we're going to see how this goes. Maybe that's a 10-minute timer. I did think about disabling the motion sensor in there and just disconnecting the motion sensor wires and putting in a drawstring or a pull chain so I can turn the power on and off, because that thing can be very, very annoying. That's for sure. Tag's all worn off. He's been worn quite a bit. Bothers me so much when people do not cut the little strings off up here that held like the original retail tag on. I see so many people, they tear that tag off and they've got dark pants and these little white strings. Drives me up the wall. Every time I see that, I just want to go cut them off for them. When I was at a tournament a while back with my boys, one of the kids there had a brand new suit coat, and on the back, on the tails, he still had the white cross stitch. He had a navy blazer, had the white thread cross stitch holding the tails together, the flaps. And I was like, hey, do you want me to cut that real quick? He goes, no, I like it like that. It's just like, I do not understand what's happening right now. Yeah. Guys, put away. I'm doing flat rate shipping on all my shorts. Doing $5.99 shipping on all my shorts. Right now it seems to be working just for the couple ones I've done, but we'll see how it progresses, and I may change it to $6.99 at some point. I'm trying to keep it simple so I don't have to weigh them every time. They're all pretty much under a pound for a pair of shorts, so I feel pretty comfortable there. Speaking of tournaments, last week was the regional tournament to go to state in Oklahoma. Unfortunately, my younger son, him and his partner didn't qualify to go to the state tournament. He's a freshman, so it's not uncommon for that. It's not a big deal. My older son, who's a senior, he was the regional champion in 2 of his 3 events. He had a speech event, which was like acting. It was a humorous duet. So he's with a partner, and they were acting out some anime thing. I didn't see it. A lot of people said it was very hard to understand if you aren't into anime. And keep in mind, you have a bunch of adults judging. People like me. There's some younger people too, but so they didn't advance. But in 2 of his events, in his debate event with a partner, public forum speaking, they were the regional champions for Western Oklahoma. And then in DEX, which is domestic extemporaneous speaking, which if you've never seen something like that, you should just go to a high school debate tournament and watch extemporaneous speaking. It is a skill that just boggles my mind, but he was the regional champion. That's a solo event there. And so he gets to go to state with 2 different events, which we were super excited about. It was funny because in his extemporaneous speaking, whenever they were making the announcement, there's 8 people up there that qualify to state, 4 just qualify, and then 4 get placements. As they kept going up the ladder, he looked more and more surprised. He was shocked that he won. He didn't think he did that well. But it was pretty funny just watching his face. But yeah, it was definitely a proud dad moment, for sure. I should say parents. My wife was there with me, so it's a proud parent moment. That was right? Yeah. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about extemporaneous speaking. They have a thing called extemporaneous draw. So you go in, draw starts at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. And they do this, you pull out of like a hat, it's a bucket, a topic. And it's relative, it relates to current events. So it'll be about nuclear war, it'll be about conservation of water, solar energy, all sorts of different political or environmental things that are current, what's happening today. So you pull a topic out. You don't know which topic you're going to get. You have 30 minutes to prepare it, to prepare your speech, and you're supposed to cite, I believe it's 7 different sources. And in your extemp speech, you have just one speech. I think it's a 7-minute talk, and you're supposed to cite, it's either 4 or 7. I think it's 7 different sources that are as current as possible, and you have to do all this in 30 minutes, and then you do it from memory. It's shocking how convincing these arguments can be on things. With 30 minutes of prep time, you don't know what the topics are going in. You draw it out of a bucket, and then you only spend 30 minutes researching, and then you have to go in and convince people that what you're saying is the right thing. And all these people may have different topics, so it's not like everybody is saying the same exact thing. But you have to be the most convincing on your topic. It's crazy. They also have foreign extemporaneous speaking as well. It is a sight to see. It's really pretty cool. See if there's any other tags. There's not. Okay. So not this weekend, but next weekend is the state tournament. We'll see. Last year, he's got a new partner this year. His partner was a senior last year for debate. Last year they took second in state. The year before they took first in state. So with a new partner, who's good, by the way, it's not, obviously they're the regional champions, but it's going to be interesting to see how they perform, because now it's not just the West, it's the whole state. So it'll be Western Oklahoma and Eastern Oklahoma. Western Oklahoma does have a bigger pool of people, though. We have Oklahoma City in the whole Metroplex, and then West. These Howler Bros shorts are pretty cool. I like these. Looks like they got some built-in worn-in like little dirt spots there. But if you're wearing them outdoors to hike or something, I don't think it's gonna matter. There goes the lights again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a pull switch on that thing, so I'm not walking in and out that often. Is my printer firing back up? Whenever I point at something in my pictures, I'll make sure and do a call out in the description as well. So they know, they're like, what is he pointing at exactly, in case they can't figure it out. I put a call out in the description. Keep wanting to put the yardstick, the ruler over here instead of over here where I'm supposed to have it. I don't know why I'm doing that. I do goofy things sometimes, like not tipping this, but right. Gotcha. I didn't know Howler Bros was from Texas. How about that? Austin, Texas. If I didn't have such a robust frame, I may hold on to these, but it's going to be quite a while before I can fit into a size 30. So I'll just sell them to somebody on eBay. These are going to be a 2-pack. I did pick up my pants. These are the Duluth Trading Company. I don't remember what model they are. They're the the ballroom flex chinos or something, like traveler pants, something like that. But they were on half off, so with tax I ended up getting them for $4, which was pretty stellar. Man, that color is not. I wonder if it's just my camera. I don't think so. What if I turn that off? What does that do? We're going to see. I'm going to have pictures of all these things individually. So let's see how this goes. These were a size like 29, no, they're 30s. Because these are the exact same, I won't do the inseam and everything in this pair. I'm just going to do the more close-up pictures of all the hardware and the tags and stuff. It's so funny, they got a tag where you can put your name and address in there. So someone can mail your shorts back to you. I didn't get that one in the other one. I'll have to just get that picture of those where it talks about I didn't see that. The model name, the Griffin. See, I'm setting the ruler over there again. No, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to. Trifold. Probably bump shipping up on this 2-pack like $7.99 instead of $5.99 because it is definitely over £1. I'm going to need that extra shipping revenue. All right. I thought about trying to give these to my younger son. He's he wears like a size 30 or 29, and every time I try to give him clothes, he's super picky about his clothes. Anytime I try to give him clothes, he almost always says, "No, I don't want those. I don't like it." And then sometimes he'll try it on and go, "Okay, that's not bad." But he is so hard to get clothes for. Found a couple nice pair of Fabletics shorts the other day, and I bought them because he's been going to the gym a lot, and I was like, he'll probably like these. He's like, "No, I have enough shorts." I'm like, "You only have a couple of pair." "No, that's good. I don't want them." I said, "Try them on." Tried them on. He's like, "Nah, I don't want them." They're so soft. But he did not want them. So my other son took them. I could actually wear those other ones. They were a decent size. But I told him, I said, "Hey, you can just use the drawstrings on them. If you're working out, they don't have to be like, super form fitting. They can be a little bit baggy." And he wasn't having it. So I already told my wife this, but I realized that if I'm going to have any amount of success selling clothes, I really need a better space to do it, a dedicated clothing space. That tag won't stay down for nothing. Which I plan on having at some point anyhow, but I need to get it sooner rather than later. All right, one more down. These vintage silver tab cargo shorts bring back a little flashback. These are it might have been about the time I was in high school, maybe later, I don't know. I remember saving money though and buying my first pair of silver tab jeans. That's back when the outlet here in Oklahoma City was way, I don't know if it was Expressway, it was a real outlet. So they took the real stuff from the stores and they had the tags cut across the back. So the silver tabs, they had, they had them on the back. They cut the labels off the back. So it didn't say Levi's, didn't have the silver tabs. It just had the leather across the top and the bottom. You still had the exact same quality, obviously. But I remember taking some Christmas money, got some silver tabs. I bought my first pair of Doc Martens. I guess it's been my only pair, actually. Those things were so popular then. That's when they were really started becoming popular. Bought those. I bought a few pair of Jinkos, some Union Bay jeans, the pipes, wide legs. We called them pipes. We didn't call them, I never called them wide legs. So it seems like a little bit newer thing, but my very first pair of Echo Unlimited pants that are spelled ECHO, not ECKO like they are today. I've still got them. They're convertible pants. They zip off below the knee. Super, super cool pants. They're very, very heavy, like almost like really, really heavy cotton, like something you wear out to go on a safari or something. silver tabs, I picked them up for a little less than $3. They were half off. I don't know what to expect out of these. I think I comped them maybe around 18 to 20 bucks. So at $3, I'm pretty safe. Been raining most of a big part of yesterday, most of the night, and most of this morning. It's kind of a bummer because there's a community-wide garage sale or neighborhood-wide garage sale just a mile and a half from here. It's supposed to be happening, and I don't know if it's going to happen. 2 miles away. Yesterday there was a couple of people. It was Thursday through Saturday, so a couple of people actually did open up for it yesterday despite the rain, because they actually had it in their garage. Most people have them out on the driveways. And only bought a couple of things and none of it to sell. I found a really cool Coach purse for my wife that I picked up for 20 bucks. And then at another garage sale I found a set of those little 4-wheel dollies that have the carpet on the ends. You can set stuff on and roll them around. They had a smaller version of that that's from Harbor Freight, and they only wanted $5 for it. And I think I've got like 12 of them, but you can never have enough of those things. If you got to go buy one brand new, they're like $15 or $18. These are Peter Millar Crown Sport shorts. One thing I found out is that not all Peter Millar is created equal. I thought it was all high-end, but I was wrong. I found a pair of khaki pants that weren't really worth buying or reselling at all because they weren't the Crown Sport. So I left them behind. Yep. Time to go. This is my last pair of shorts. So I'll get these guys finished up. Just about to get into, I should have buttoned these before I did my back pictures. That was my mistake. I'm going to do that. Re-snap those two so people know the buttons are there and they're working, functional. So no shirts today, just shorts. Might come back and do shirts tomorrow. Actually, I'll probably do them Sunday morning super early because tomorrow morning is garage sale day. let's see how many items we actually got photographed and bagged in about 45 minutes with all my jabbering. And I perfectly filled up this box too. So I did a this is a super ghetto homemade box I put together because I needed somewhere to put my clothes. I have so many boxes I did that I haven't bought any boxes. They make boxes like Uline has them to do this one too. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so 10 items. One item was a 2-pack. So we'll just say 10 items, 45 minutes. That's 4.5 minutes per item. Not great. I really need to be at probably about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes per item. If I wasn't thinking and talking, maybe I'd have been a little faster, but my system's a little bit clunky, so I just have to work on that. But all right, well, that's going to be it for today. I hope everyone's not just completely bored to tears, but if you are, sorry about that. But if you are and you stuck around this long to hear me say that, maybe I'm not sorry because you stuck around this long. I don't know. Anyhow, I'll be back on Monday, but until then, have a great day.